Hey, Carrie, you're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carl.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room. She's almost there. Just the goalie to beat. But wait.
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
Hey, Carrie, you're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carl.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room. She's almost there. Just the goalie to beat. But wait.
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
Welcome to Dr. Phillips for the first ever edition of the Cure All-Stars game between the boys, Soldiers, and the Warriors. We had a great game for the girls. The Warriors pulled out the close win to finish things off, and now we're getting set for a star-studded event here between the boys. The top seniors in Orange County. A lot of guys out here trying to get that last bit of film to show evaluators what they can do, and also to try to play for a greater cause bigger than themselves. A lot of players out here affected by cancer in some form or fashion, near or far, just like all of us here, continuing to bring awareness to the fight to cancer as well. So we're getting set as they have the lineups here. Jared Oliver with the pleasure of being here on the call. A lot of stars here on the court for the top seniors in Orange County. We're getting set. We're just moments away from tip-off. We'll take one more break.
Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
Welcome back to Dr. Phillips for the first ever edition of the Cure All-Stars game between the boys here. Team Warriors, Team Soldiers here tipping it off. This is your home for the Cure All-Stars on Varsity Sports Nation. Jared Oliver here on the call. On the floor for the Warriors, it'll be number 1, Jalen Reese, the LSU commit. Number 20, Miles Mayfield will jump it off in the circle, followed by David rushing as well for the Warriors. Excuse me, for the Soldiers. So first possession goes to, let's see, out of bounds. It'll be Soldiers basketball. The Soldiers will get the first possession off the deflection on the tip-off. Sean Owen inbounds. David rushing out of Evans. Brings it up court. Going against Reese. Rushing. Loses the ball. Stripped away. And here comes Nick Blake for the first deuce of the night. Nick Blake out of Olympia. Averaged 10 points per game this season. And a nice three by Darius Washington. First triple of the night. Step back three by Reese. Pops the net. LSU commit. Averaged 22 points this year with Oak Ridge. And how about a Roscoe DuBois? Knocks down his first shot of the night for a three. And how about the shooting here early on? All the shots going in. Gene Paul Anderson out of East River connects. Sean Owens drives, fadeaway shot. And that one rattles in, shooter's roll for Owens out of Windermere. John Paul Anderson, back to Reese, fires from 30. High percentage shooting from both teams. It's 11-8. We just started. And one of the first missed shots of the night. Owens in the corner. Russian fires straight ahead. That one off the mark. Rebounded by Blake out of Olympia. Blake fires from straight on. Too strong off the heel. Long rebound for CP. Can't get that one to go. So finally some missed shots. Russian up ahead. DuBois fadeaway three in the corner. It's an NBA All-Star game. Washington turns it over. Reese up ahead to his Oak Ridge teammate, Trey Maddox, 6'6". DuBois off balance three. John Paul Anderson up ahead. Nick Blake off the heel. Long offensive rebound. Reese lets it fly. Short. Blake. Anderson. Short. Reese up to Anderson for the easy lob. Can't get it to fall. And Mayfield up ahead to, Owens. It'll be Warriors basketball. Blake looking for the lob from Maddox, not there. Inside for the off-balance layup, Terrence Drain out of Windermere. 7A District 11 Player of the Year. Contested three for Paul Anderson. In and out for Sean Owens. Reese brings it up. He's got a handle. Going one-on-one against Owens. Step back corner three. Halfway down. Rebounded by Maddox for the follow. Warriors up 15-13. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Owens out of Windermere. The cleanup. For Terrence Drain. Reached the 1,000-point mark in his career with Windermere. Averaged 18 points per game. How about a three and a great response there. Trey Maddox for three. His first one of the night. David with the sidestep three straight ahead. Too strong. Three in the corner from Du Bois. Off the mark. Deflected. Maddox collects. Wide open, nothing but space, and the punch with the left. 5-point lead here for the Warriors. Easy finish down low for Terrence Drain. Maddox filling it. Another three here. Warriors up 23-17. Nice drive inside by Darius Washington out of Edgewater. 6'5" guard, Kennesaw State commit. Reese, easy money from the corner. And the first time out of the night, so a high-scoring quarter, 25-19. Warriors 26-19. Warriors in front with 2:51 to go. And we'll take a break as well from Dr. Phillips High School for the Cure All-Stars game for the boys.
Hey, Carrie, you're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carlos.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room.
Back at Dr. Phillips, Jared Oliver here on the call. 25-19 is your score. Windermere, check that. Warriors up 25-19. 2:48 left to go here in this first. High scoring. Not much defense early on, and we've seen a lot of shots fall in for what is a court full of some really talented seniors here in Orange County. Jalen Reese, 5'11", 170. Oak Ridge High School, LSU commit. Step back three, rattles that one home. Reese will be playing in the Jordan Brand Classic April 18th in Washington, D.C., which features some of the best talent around the country. Contested shot there for Juju Johnson. Reese from half court. I wouldn't call that high percentage. Jermichael Johnson out of Apopka, 6'3". Averaged 13 points this year. Gets the bucket plus tax. Michael Johnson, 6'3", out of Apopka. Averaged 12 points this year, his senior year. 5 boards and 1.9 assists. Can't connect on the free throw. He was 48% from the field as well. Trey Maddox. Wide open three. That went off the mark. David Washington pushing inside. Nice move by Washington.
Darius Washington III.
Job Bowden out of Apopka. Back to Reese. Over Juju. Leaves it short. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Soldiers ball. Johnson taking on Reese. ISO. Nice move. Kicks it to the corner. It's going to be. And that'll be a turnover. I believe the call was double dribble. So that's a turnover for the Warriors. So it goes back to the Soldiers. Job Bowden couldn't keep it in bounds. Darius Washington brings it up. Going against Maddox. Step back three contested and no rim there. Reese pushes. Maddox flying high off the mark. Reese throws it up for the follow. Can't get it. Long rebound for Reese. Nice shot. Hatcher Norquist out of Winter Park. Sharp shooter. 38% from three his senior year. Nice drive inside to draw the contact for Hudson Maurer out of University. He'll head to the free throw line. Personal foul on Job Bowden. First personal.
On the line for the Soldiers, number 11, Hudson Mauer.
Hudson Mauer averaged 11 points this year, 4 boards and 2 assists. Had a season high 22 points and 8 rebounds against Jones back in January. Made 43 threes this year. Sharp shooter indeed. Mo Kamara gives it up to Norquist. Kamara, easy deuce inside for the 6'8" forward. Also hit the 1,000-point mark in his career this season. And a travel call. Ball goes back to the Warriors. Norquist to Jalen Reese. Reese! And can't flush that one. Johnson the other way. Up ahead to Johnson. Washington, excuse me. Going to be fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Number 10, Hatcher represents the second.
So Washington, the third, hits the first free throw. Kennesaw State commit a 3-star combo guard. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, so that makes it an 11-point deficit for the Soldiers. So after the first, it'll be 35-24, Warriors in front. A lot of hot shooting early on. Things cooled off a little bit there towards the end. You're watching Varsity Sports Nation, the first Cure All-Stars game. This is Jared Oliver on the call. We'll take a break.
Hey, Carrie, you're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carlos.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room. She's almost there. Just the goalie to beat. But wait. No!
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
Jared Oliver back at Dr. Phillips High School for the Cure All-Stars game for the boys. A lot of talented players on the floor. The top seniors in Orange County. 35-24, Warriors lead after one as we begin the second. Hard drive inside by Miles Mayfield. Can't get it to fall. And here comes the Soldiers. Up ahead is Juju. Step back three on the flyby, too strong. Offensive rebound. Nice touch inside by Terrence Drain. Nick Blake off the screen. Free throw jump shot, rattles it home. Nice Nick Blake out of Olympia. Certainly one of the best shooters in the state this year. Had 76 total threes in his senior year. Second straight bucket for Terrence Drain. 7A District 11 Player of the Year. And another contested shot. How about that one goes in for Miles Mayfield out of Edgewater, the UNC Asheville commit. 3-star prospect. That one's short for Drain. Soldiers will keep it on this side. Johnson. Nice shot over John Paul Anderson. Warriors up by 9. Now up by 11. Nice play from Mayfield. Johnson trying to go to work. Going ISO. Can't get that one to fall. Up ahead. And the cleanup by Mayfield. Intensity starting to pick up here. Turnover by the Soldiers. Blake pushing. Blake contested three off the mark. No rim and no whistle. 13-point lead for the Warriors with 5:56 to go here in the first half. Juju Johnson from the left wing. Oh, halfway down. Kamara inside to Paul Anderson for the nice floater. Extends their lead to 15. Johnson retreats. Almost turns it over. Paul Anderson trying to get the rock. He does. Gives it up. Two-hand flush for Miles Mayfield. Johnson trying to take on Blake. Wants to dance. Contested mid-range jump shot way off the mark with the cleanup down low by Drain. Mayfield trying to Euro. Gets his cookies cleaned. Three off the mark for Maurer. Another turnover. Johnson trying to make a move. Ball stays with the Soldiers. Going to have a substitution for the Soldiers. Washington, Owens, and Du Bois coming in for the Soldiers.
Number 10, Roscoe Dubois. Number 11, Hudson Maurer.
.442 to go here in the first half. 47-32, Warriors in front. Intensity starting to pick up here. Dubois to his teammate, rushing in the corner for a tray ball. And how about Maddox? Good precision, good pass there by Miles Mayfield. Rushing. To Perry. Fadeaway. Leaves it short. Drain trying to clean up the boards. Going to be a jump ball. Possession will stay here with the Soldiers. Dubois inbounds. Sean Owens with a deep three. Too strong off the hill. Drain cleaning up the boards. He's getting anything he wants right now. Mayfield straight ahead. Pops. 6'7". 6'7" player right there, man. Jalen Reese back in. Throws it up for Maddox for the flush. Two Oak Ridge teammates. Owens trying to chase, keep it in bounds, and unable to. And Jalen Reese, step back three, hits it. Too easy for the LSU commit. Had 62 threes his senior season. Had a season high 38 points against Centennial in the playoffs, but they eventually lost to Windermere in the region finals. Rushing with another bucket. Reese unable to get that one to go. Dubois thought about it. Skip pass. Baseline corner. And a nice easy jump shot from Terrence Drain. Drain, a Liberty University commit. Straight ahead three from Mayfield. Sean Owens wants to dance. Uses the pivot, can't get it to fall. Rebound cleaned up by Mayfield. Goes coast to coast for the right-hand layup off the left side. 59-41, 2:10 to go here in the first half. Perry gets inside and drops it out of Olympia. Has an offer from Austin College. Perry with another tray. Excuse me. Reese with another tray off the mark. David Russian. Look out. He's a high flyer. Maddox returns the favor. David Russian going against Maddox. They'll go to work, ISO work. Maddox has the size advantage. Fadeaway jump shot off the mark. Boards cleaned up by Mayfield. The pass inside to Reese. Easiest bucket of the night for the LSU commit. Russian step back jump shot. Off the mark. Reese up ahead. Cherry picking a little bit maybe. 20-point lead here for the Warriors with under a minute to go. Sean Owens wants Maddox. Gets by him. Easy floater.
Sean Owens.
Maddox lets it fly from deep. And that one good from Winter Park.
Ray Maddox for 3.
30 seconds to go. Owens gets by Blake. Mayfield cleans up the boards. Mayfield. Reese with the follow. 12 seconds to go in the first half. Sean Owens in the corner. Skip pass. That one deflected by Maddox. 5.5 left to go here in quarter number 2.
5.5 seconds to go in the half.
Rushing looking for the lob off the inbounds. And Mayfield, two-hand flush as time expires here. So after 2, it's a big-time lead.
Basket does not count.
Check that. The basket does not count, so it'll be 70-47. Warriors way in front. A lot of talent on both sides and a lot of fly in action as well. This is certainly a replica of the NBA All-Star game. Hardly any defense, but that's okay. It's good for a good cause, and we're here to raise awareness for the cure for cancer. Jared Oliver here on the call. We'll take a break from Dr. Phillips High School. This is the home of the Cure All-Stars game on Varsity Sports Nation.
Hey, Carrie, you're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carlos.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room. She's almost there. Just the goalie to beat. But wait. No!
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
Hey everyone, Scott Jamieson here, the Associate Executive Director for Athletic Services at the Florida High School Athletic Association. Wanted to take a couple seconds today to remind everyone how important it is that we are paying attention to the heat out there. I don't have to tell you guys how hot it is. You're the ones that are out there. Please make sure you are following the state laws. In our Red Book, which you can find at FHSAA.com under Rules and Publications, on page 108, you'll find policy 41.6. That lays out specifically in accordance with state law what your teams can and can't do for your outdoor sports when it gets to be a certain ambient temperature outside. That temperature is taken by a wet bulb globe thermometer or another type of device that measures the ambient temperature. That includes the wind direction, the angle of the sun, the humidity, the shade, takes all of those things into account and then gives you a temperature. And again, if it falls on this chart over a certain temperature reading, then there are certain things that you have to do. Also wanted to remind everyone how important health and safety of our student athletes is. Of course, that is the #1 priority for all of our schools and us here at the FHSAA. You also have to have a cold tub submersion tank of some sort out at every single outdoor activity, game, and practice. And again, I'd like to reiterate, it is all outdoor sports, including swimming. We have had some questions about that. Yes, swimming. If your pool is outdoors, which I believe most of our pools in the state are, if it's an indoor pool, different situation. But as an outdoor pool, it would fall under these same state laws in FHSAA policy 41.6. Again, get that wet bulb globe thermometer. If you don't have one, you got to have some way of measuring that ambient temperature in accordance with state law to make sure that the environment is safe for student athletes. The hours between about 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. are when the heat is at its highest. And so those are times to typically try to avoid when practicing or playing contests right now during this extreme heat. Thank you, everyone. Please stay safe out there.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
Hey, Carrie. You're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carlos.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room. She's almost there. Just the goalie to beat. But wait.
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Hey everyone, Scott Jamieson here, the Associate Executive Director for Athletic Services at the Florida High School Athletic Association. Wanted to take a couple seconds today to remind everyone how important it is that we are paying attention to the heat out there. I don't have to tell you guys how hot it is, you're the ones that are out there. Please make sure you are following the state laws. In our Red Book, which you can find at FHSAA.com under Rules and Publications, on page 108 you'll find policy 41.6. That lays out specifically in accordance with state law what your teams can and can't do for your outdoor sports when it gets to be a certain ambient temperature outside. That temperature is taken by a wet bulb globe thermometer or another type of device that measures the ambient temperature. That includes the wind direction, the angle of the sun, the humidity, the shade, takes all of those things into account and then gives you a temperature. And again, if it falls on this chart over a certain temperature reading, then there are certain things that you have to do. Also wanted to remind everyone how important health and safety of our student athletes is. Of course, that is the #1 priority for all of our schools and us here at the FHSAA. You also have to have a cold tub submersion tank of some sort out at every single outdoor activity, game, and practice. And again, I'd like to reiterate, it is all outdoor sports, including swimming. We have had some questions about that. Yes, swimming. If your pool is outdoors, which I believe most of our pools in the state are, if it's an indoor pool, different situation. But as an outdoor pool, it would fall under these same state laws in FHSAA policy 41.6. Again, get that wet bulb globe thermometer. If you don't have one, you got to have some way of measuring that ambient temperature in accordance with state law to make sure that the environment is safe for student athletes. The hours between about 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. are when the heat is at its highest. And so those are times to typically try to avoid when practicing or playing contests right now during this extreme heat. Thank you, everyone. Please stay safe out there.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
Hey, Carrie. You're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello sprinting past the specialized operating room. The AI-powered MRI takes minutes, but she's out of there in seconds.
Good morning, Carlos.
In a brilliant maneuver, she uses the digitally enhanced inpatient smart room. She's almost there. Just the goalie to beat. But wait. No!
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Hey everyone, Scott Jamieson here, the Associate Executive Director for Athletic Services at the Florida High School Athletic Association. Wanted to take a couple seconds today to remind everyone how important it is that we are paying attention to the heat out there. I don't have to tell you guys how hot it is. You're the ones that are out there. Please make sure you are following the state laws. In our Red Book, which you can find at FHSAA.com under Rules and Publications,
Welcome back to Dr. Phillips High School for the Cure All-Stars boys basketball game here for the top seniors in Orange County. It's been quite the show so far. The Warriors with 70 points in the first half. They lead the Soldiers 70-47. And a lot of talent, as I mentioned, on the floor. Warriors led by Jalen Reese, who had 20 points in the first half. Miles Mayfield with 18 points, so a lot of talent, a lot of points, and not a lot of defense for one in the first half. But this game is all for a greater cause to continue to raise awareness for the fight against cancer. This is the first ever edition of the Cure All-Stars game, so it's an event that's going to have great tradition over the years, and this is a great start for Orange County and beyond. Warriors will have possession to open and start the second half. Jalen Reese, the LSU commit, with a game-high 20 points, trying to go for 23. Too strong. Rebound collected by Terrence Drain. Step-back jump shot in the corner by Sean Owens. That one too strong. Reese pushing out of Oak Ridge. That one blocked by David Rushing from Evans. Wide open three for Jean-Paul Anderson out of East River off the mark. Nice pass to Rushing. Can't get it to go, but the cleanup there for Drain. Terrence Drain draining about everything he gets tonight. He averaged 18 his senior year. Darius Washington the third, too soft. Nick Blake pulls up. That one halfway down. Drain another board. Dubois. So Washington the third for the one-hand punch. Cool story for Darius Washington. He became the third of his family to win a Rotary Tip Classic Championship, and his dad and grandfather did as well. Both played at Edgewater. So little Darius, or D3 as they call him, not only led Edgewater to a Rotary Tip-Off Classic win, but he dropped 38 points, putting his name alongside Vince Carter, routing DeLand 78-46. So what a great story and a great recap, and would it send him off here in this game for the Cure All-Stars game here for the boys. That one off the mark for Mayfield. Sean Owens straight ahead for three. Too strong. Rebound cleaned up by Jalen Reese, pushing in transition. How about the speed? Going coast to coast. David Rushing looking for a highlight. There it is. He's got two D3 offers. His team Evans finished 25-17. They lost in the 6A title game against the St. Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas came back down 16. So a tough loss for Evans this year, as Rushing gets the cleanup there for a second straight bucket. Jalen Reese throws it down. Just 5'11". Rushing against Blake. Easy finish for the senior, the 6'4" forward. John Paul Anderson gets to the cup. Can't get it to fall. And Trey Maddox with the offensive board and the two-hand flush. Drain going against Mayfield. One-on-one. Hook shot, too soft. Mayfield says, take this. Can't get it to fall. Dubois up ahead to guess who? David Rushing. $81-59 is your score. Warriors with an easy command here. Drain, once again, putting the ball in the rim. Warriors still up by 20. Reese fires and hits. Easy stroke for Jalen Reese. Once again, he'll play in the Jordan Brand Classic April 18th in Washington, D.C., which features the top players around the country. Orozco Dubois fires. Easy stroke for number 10. And a substitution here for both teams. Orozco Dubois averaged 20 points his senior year with Evans, 5 rebounds as well, and 2 assists. Played all 30 games. He's got several offers, including Savannah State as well. Dubois had a season-high 39 points. Certainly one of the best shooters in the state of Florida. And here's one of the best players in the state and in the country, Jalen Reese. Wow. That one's from about 35. Reese with a touchdown pass to Mo Kamara. And then the finish by Hatcher Norcris out of Winter Park. Juju Johnson, mid-range jumper, in and out. Rebound by Maddox out of Oak Ridge. Maddox lost his footing there. Shot off the mark for Ja Bowden out of Apopka. Juju Johnson gives it up to Rushing. Too strong. Norquist. He fires. Way too strong. Jermichael Johnson. The left-hand finish.
Jermichael Johnson.
Ja Bowden, easy lay.
Jahai Bowden.
93-68 with 2:18 to go in the third. Sean Owens. Left-hand layup, but it's going to be a travel. Sean Owens averaged 12 points his senior year. First team All-Metro Conference. His team, Windermere, finished 26-6. And they lost to Columbus in the 7A state title game, 68-34. David Rushing trying to get a seam. Kicks it out to the corner for Owens. Halfway down, rebound by Reese. Jalen Reese. Twitchy. Down low to Maddox.
Trey Maddox.
Owens for the easy deuce.
Cameron Perry.
25-point lead for Windermere. Turnover for the Warriors. David Rushing. Couldn't get the windmill. Owens with the rebound. Jermichael Johnson. No highlight there. Michael Johnson, 2 double-doubles this season. Nice finish from Mo Kamara out of University. Juju, no juice. Under a minute to go here in the third. Jalen Reese fires. Leaves it short. David Rushing needs a highlight. There it is. Two-hand finish. Reese to Maddox. Off the mark. Owens in trouble. Looking for Juju. He saves it. Wide open three. All strings for Hudson Maurer out of University. He made 43 threes this season. Jalen Reese from Winter Park leaves it short. Mo Kamara cleans up the boards for the follow. So we're through three, and the Warriors lead 99-77 here for the Cure All-Stars game at Dr. Phillips. It's the first edition of the Cure All-Stars game for the boys. And this is your home on Varsity Sports Nation. Jared Oliver here with you on the call. We'll take a break as we get set for the fourth.
Unleash the
Welcome back to Dr. Phillips for the Cure All-Stars game for the boys, 99-77. If you look at the score, you would think this would be the final score, but we are just now starting the fourth. Very little defense played in this game, but we've seen some great highlights for sure from both sides. Jalen Reese, no doubt special. The LSU commit has certainly showing his long range from three. We've seen a good showing out from David Rushing as well, out of Evans as well. Long, rangy player, good on both sides of the floor. As we get set to begin the fourth, wide open three, in and out for Hudson Maurer. Mayfield, he's had a great night as well. Easy layup. What a player he is. 6'7", forward out of Edgewater. UNC Asheville commit. Foul going to be called underneath. That's going to be on Mo Kamara. First team foul and first personal. Jermichael Johnson, 53% free throw shooter this season. Averaged 12 points per game. His team finished 21-8, which was the best season since the 2018-19 season for Apopka. Miles Mayfield, money from straight ahead. He's been efficient all night from that spot. 103-78. Three off the mark for Norquist. Jermichael Johnson. 103-80. Norquist inside, can't finish. Loose rebound by Drain. "7A District 11 Player of the Year. Drain gives it up to Johnson. Wants to dance. Pulls up for the three. Off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Soldiers. Drain, easy bucket underneath. 103-82. Mayfield, same spot. That one too strong. John Paul Anderson cleans up the boards for the follow. Juju Johnson dancing, getting inside. Too strong off the glass, but Drain gets the bucket. Norquist, too short. Johnson pushing. Juju Johnson, contested three, too strong. Long rebound for Mo Kamara. Said Coach Steve Reese can't believe it. Steve Reese, the head coach out of Oak Ridge. Johnson putting Norquist on skates, left-hand finish. Mayfield. Too strong that time. Here comes Johnson. Baseline, the kick out to Maurer. Norquist, high energy player for Winter Park this year. And Blake out of Olympia connects. 38% three-point shooter this year. It's a three-level scorer. He's got several offers from D3 programs. Mayfield, money, this time with force at the rim. And Jermichael Johnson pulls up, leaves it short. Rebound by John Paul Anderson. Mayfield's got it. Mayfield gets another bucket. Foul on the floor. Going to be called against John Paul Anderson. So we got a running clock here. No surprise. 114-86. Warriors in front. I wouldn't say the storyline of this one was a defensive standoff. Certainly a lot of points, though, but it's what you want to see. A lot of highlights when you have so much talent on one floor. Top seniors in Orange County. Some 4 stars, some 3 stars out here. A couple guys still trying to figure out where they're going to play their collegiate career. Darius Washington pulls straight up, and that one strikes for the Kennesaw State commit, who's a 3-star prospect. Corner 3 for Maddox. That one good. Step back 3 for Washington. That one too soft. Norquist pushing. Bounce pass to Bowden. Drain. Leaving no doubt. Drain 6'8", 218. Jalen Reese, all 5'11" of them, gets that one. More drain, more problems. Under 2 minutes to go here. Maddox trying to add more points to the stat sheet and does. Another 3 for him. Washington gets a highlight or not. Norquist, he wants a 3. Let's see if this is the one. Got it. Hatcher Norquist out of Winter Park. He's got an offer from Bethany College. David Russian. More Reese, probably a travel, but no whistle. David Russian to Washington. Norquist. Jalen Reese. Got the PA announcer shouting out the defense tonight. Mayfield with a 360 or a 180. All right, David Russian. Got to bring it home here. Going to have a dunk contest here. Who's going to go first? It's going to be Washington. Windmill. Mayfield. No, it's going to be Maddox. Ooh. Almost got it. All right, who's next? David Rushing out of Evans. Washington. Not enough hang time. Let's see if Trey Maddox can finish it off. The good news is he can jump high. He almost hit his head on the rim. Mayfield, special tonight. Between the legs. Didn't need many steps either. All right. And Jalen Reese from half court. The LSU commit can't hit it, so final score here, 129-97 in the first edition of the Cure All-Stars game for the boys. The top seniors in Orange County put on a show offensively. Glad to be on the call. Jared Oliver here with you. Coming up, they'll announce the MVP, and they'll have the three-point shootout between the winner for the women's and a three-point contestant for the men's. Appreciate you listening to the home of the Cure All-Stars game here on Varsity Sports Nation. And we appreciate the hospitality from Dr. Phillips. And we may have more later on after the three-point contest. This is Jared Oliver. We'll take a break here from Dr. Phillips.